Council is called to order. The provisional agenda of the meeting for today is letter from the permanent representative of Ukraine to the United Nations, dated 28 February 2014, addressed to the President of the Security Council, S/2014/136. The agenda is adopted. On the basis of Rule 37 of the Provisional Rules of Procedure of the Security Council, I invite the representatives of Australia, Austria, Andorra, Antigua and Barbuda, Belize, Belgium, Bulgaria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Botswana, Hungary, Guatemala, Germany, Greece, Georgia, Denmark, the Dominican Republic, Iceland, Spain, Italy, Canada, Cyprus, Colombia, Costa Rica, Kuwait, Latvia, Liberia, Lithuania, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Malta, Niger, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Poland, Portugal, the Federal States of Micronesia, the Republic of Moldova, the Republic of Korea, Romania, Samoa, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, Timor-Leste, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Ukraine, Fiji, Finland, Montenegro, the Czech Republic, Chile, Switzerland, Sweden, and Ecuador to participate in today's meeting. It is so decided. The Security Council will now begin its consideration of item 2 of the agenda. Council members have before them document S/2022/155, the text of a draft resolution submitted by Australia, Austria, Albania, Andorra, Antigua and Barbuda, the Bahamas, Belize, Belgium, Bulgaria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Botswana, Hungary, Guatemala, Germany, Greece, Georgia, Denmark, the Dominican Republic, Ireland, Iceland, Spain, Italy, Canada, Cyprus, Colombia, Costa Rica, Kuwait, Latvia, Liberia, Lithuania, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Malta, Niger, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Poland, Portugal, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Republic of Moldova, the Republic of Korea, Romania, Samoa, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, the United Kingdom of the United Kingdom and North Ireland, the United States of America, Timor-Leste, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Ukraine, Fiji, Finland, France, Montenegro, the Czech Republic, Chile, Switzerland, Sweden, and Ecuador.
Сейчас я объявляю, а потом даю слово. Совет готов.
The Security Council is ready to undertake a vote on the draft resolution before it. I now give the floor to those members of the Security Council who wish to deliver statements before the vote. I give the floor to the representative of the United States.
Colleagues, we are here today because of Russia's unprovoked, unjustified, unconscionable war on Ukraine. Let us never forget that this is a war of choice, Russia's choice. Russia chose to invade its neighbor. Russia chose to inflict untold suffering on the Ukrainian people and on its own citizens. Russia chose to violate Ukraine's sovereignty, to violate international law, to violate the UN Charter. Now, all across Ukraine, people are fleeing for their lives. Residents of Kyiv and Kharkiv have left their homes with only the belongings they could stuff in their backpacks to make shelter in subway stations, which have now become bomb shelters. We've seen reports of attacks on kindergartens and orphanages. Babies, newborn babies in an intensive care unit have been evacuated into makeshift bomb shelters too. We have seen heart-wrenching images of fathers sobbing as they say goodbye to their young children and sending their families away, as they send their families away to safety while they stay behind to defend their country. In Kyiv today, thousands of people crushed into a local train station with mothers passing their children over the crowd, begging for people to help to get their babies onto trains and to safety. According to the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, more than 50,000 people have fled Ukraine in less than 48 hours. We've also seen everyday Russians bravely speak out and demonstrate in cities across Russia against President Putin's decision to plunge them into a war with their neighbor. They do not want to sacrifice Russian lives for Putin's ambition. This body, charged with maintaining international peace and security, was created to prevent exactly this kind of aggression from ever happening again. Russia's latest attack on our most fundamental principles is so bold, so brazen, that it threatens our international system as we know it. We have a solemn obligation to not look away. We believe to our core that the noble intentions of this institution should still have a place in solving 21st century problems and shielding our children and our grandchildren from the horrors of war. The horrors of war are exactly what our Ukrainian brothers and sisters are experiencing today. The people of Ukraine will soon need food and water and shelter and medical aid. They will face displacement and lose everything they've worked to build. For these reasons, we and Albania, in consultation with our allies and partners, have proposed this draft resolution holding Russia to account for its aggression against Ukraine. This resolution condemns Russia's aggression. It reaffirms the sovereignty, independence, unity, and territorial integrity of Ukraine. And it demands the Russian Federation to immediately, completely, and unconditionally withdraw its forces. It also calls for the facilitation of rapid, safe, and unhindered humanitarian assistance to those in need in Ukraine and the protection of civilians, including those who are humanitarian personnel. Today, we are taking a principled stand against Russia's aggression in this council, but many of us are taking actions in our capitals to defend international law, including the UN Charter, and to impose severe consequences on Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. In coordination with our allies and partners, we are imposing severe and immediate economic costs on Russia. These measures include sweeping financial sanctions that will have an immediate impact on its economy and export controls that will cut off Russia's access to vital technological inputs, atrophy its industrial base, and undercut Russia's strategic ambitions to exert influence on the world stage. In addition, as was just announced, President Biden will be sanctioning President Putin himself, along with Foreign Minister Lavrov and members of Russia's national security team. These actions are meant to complement the important work we're doing in the Security Council and the resolution we have put forward today. History will judge us for our actions or lack thereof. And so long as we have a Security Council, I believe we ought to strive to ensure it lives up to the highest purposes to prevent conflict and avert unnecessary war. Russia has already subverted that mission, but at a minimum, at the very minimum, the rest of us have an obligation to object and to stand up for the UN Charter. To those who say all parties are culpable, I say that is a clear cop-out. One country is invading another. Russia is the aggressor here. There is no middle ground. Any doubters, I say, look at the kindergarten that was bombed this morning. Take a hard look. To those who say there is a special history between Russia and Ukraine that somehow excuses the war, I say we should all think carefully who that label might apply to next. And as I said on Monday night, President Putin asserted that Russia has a rightful claim to all territories from the Russian Empire. And just a few hours ago, Russia threatened